Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku, back with another video on holy fucking shit. Um, the Shield is back. Um, and holy crap, like I just can't believe this. Like the Shield is back, and they attacked Braun Strowman. Um, I don't even know what to think. They keep fucking Braun Strowman from getting his Universal Championship, and now they're going to do this. Now, I don't exactly know if this is a heel turn for Roman. I mean, it should be a heel turn. But then again, if this is a heel turn, that means Dean and Seth should be heels now, too. The one thing is the match didn't start. They didn't ring the bell. So the title match didn't officially happen. So Braun is still Mr. Money in the Bank there. But I'm not happy about this because now we're going to go through this whole like months and months and months of having to wait for Braun Strowman to win his title that he so rightfully deserves. He deserves the title right now. They basically used Braun Strowman last night at SummerSlam to make us think that Braun Strowman was going to cash in the Money in the Bank contract last night at SummerSlam, and that didn't happen, to make sure the fans wouldn't boo the shit out of the building or leave SummerSlam early there. You know what I mean there? And now tonight they do this whole thing with Finn and freaking they do this thing with Finn and Roman, and then Strowman comes out and distracts them, and the freaking somehow Roman being Roman somehow can still win even under a distraction there. And then when Braun's gonna cash in the Money in the Bank, you got freaking Dean and Seth coming out. The Shield music. They got the Shield like attire going on there. They attack Braun. The fans are booing the Shield. They're booing Roman. Braun seems like he's going to get a comeback going. Freaking fans are going nuts. Braun is clearly the baby face in the situation. And if he's not, WWE are idiots. Because it's clear where the fans are siding here. This shit. But Roman Reigns has been a heel for 3 years. So, he's been a heel for friggin' 3 years, and they still treat him like a baby face. You know what I mean there? The next month pay-per-view is Hell in the Cell. Who cares? They're wearing the original. They suck. It's all about Braun fucking Strowman. They're all fucking heels. They beat my boy Braun. The only thing is if this is actually a heel turn. If this is a heel turn. But the thing is, the next month they have the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. So are we going to salvage this until Hell in the Cell? Or are they going to do this until WrestleMania? Because this has a feeling of like some type of WrestleMania build to it. But I can't see Braun Strowman holding the Money in the Bank contract until next year's WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to cash it in right in front of him. You know what I mean? I don't exactly know what they're going to do here. The Shield should be the heels. I mean, they started out as heels, like when they first debuted, so them returning as heels would make sense. But the thing is this isn't gonna be like the old Shield though. It isn't going to be the old Shield because the old Shield, it was about everybody. This Shield is gonna be all about Roman Reigns. Like, for example, the original DX, or not the original DX, the original faction DX. It was about everybody on the group there, you know what I mean? Trips was the leader, but everybody was equal. You know what I mean there? But when they brought it back, when, he was married to Stephanie or whatever, the Stephanie Hemsley storyline there, DX was just only brought back to cater to Trips, to Triple H. And if you noticed tonight, when Dean and Seth were doing their thing to the Braun, you noticed how Roman was, he was ordering them to, do certain things. He was doing hand gestures and shit there. So you noticed that shit going on, you know what I mean there? So this Shield right here isn't the same Shield that we were going to remember. This is going to be a Shield that is going to completely cater to Roman Reigns, which is terrible. Seth is going to have to take a back seat. You know what I mean there? Seth is getting over with the fans there. Now he's going to get booed because he's basically going to be Roman's bitch. You know what I mean there? He's going to be his bitch. Same with Dean. They're going to be his bitch. They're basically going to fucking, do what he says and shit like that because he's the Universal Champ. And I think this is stupid, honestly. I mean, if this means Roman turns heel, I guess it's sort of good, but it once again makes us wait longer. We gotta wait longer for this shit. I want Braun to be the champ. You know what I mean there? It's about fucking time. Braun has waited long enough for this shit. You know what I mean? He's waited long enough. He's still Mr. Money in the Bank, as Michael Cole so specifically emphasized on, is that the bell didn't ring or whatever. Still the Money in the Bank. Wonder how that's going to play in it. It's not going to be about the numbers game anymore. It's going to be about Roman Reigns. It's all going to be about Roman now because that's what the Shield's basically going to be. It's going to be basically Roman's faction. It's not going to be the same Shield. It is not going to. It's going to be all about Roman. So I think this is going to tarnish the Shield's legacy. I think because they're going to leech off what I think they're going to do is they're going to leech off the Shield. They're going to leech off the Shield. WWE is going to leak off the Shield to make the fans like cheer for him, to cheer for Roman Reigns, because Seth is over and Dean is over and whatnot. That's what's basically going to happen. Now, if they're smart, they're going to embrace them as heels, because if you've seen at the end of Raw, they were clearly getting booed. Like, people did not like the fact that the Shield or Dean and Seth were assisting Roman Reigns. They did not like that at all. They did not like that. Braun was getting cheered. So Braun is the babyface. Like, he is the babyface of this whole scenario. But the problem is forward with it. If they're going forward with this through Hell in a Cell, match storyline. Do they keep the going? Do they keep the storyline going? Like I said, I feel like this is going to be something that's going to be going on for a long time. Storyline. Hell is supposed to be really for storylines. It's supposed to end storylines. It's not supposed to, start a storyline. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they do this, because there's no way Braun is going to just sit down and take it. So we will see what's going to happen, but they obviously have something in plans for this storyline. I'm wondering where they're going to go with this whole storyline. The Shield against Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's going to have to get a couple people with him, I guess. I don't know. I think it's kind of ironic, too, because they were just talking about like how Dean needed or how help, against Dolph Ziggler or whatever with Drew. Now he's like a line back. Now they're lining back, So I don't know what's going to happen here with this whole storyline. It's very interesting coming out of it on where are we going forward with it. It's clear that Braun has to be the face. Like, I mean, I can't see, like, I mean, the way it was set up, I mean, it clearly, Braun's the face in this whole storyline. And the fans definitely even indicate that, one. So, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know if it's gonna, it's just gonna start up at Hell in the Cell, and because he's Mr. Money in the Bank right now. He's still Mr. Money in the Bank because the bell didn't ring. So, are they just going to? They did the original entrance. I think he means. Like going down to the crowd or whatever. I don't think they're going to, because I think at least they should be. Is they should be heels. So, like, well, then again, they were heels when they started, so maybe that's a possibility, because they did that when they started and they were heels. So who knows? But I'm curious because he's Mr. Money in the he's bank still. Does he cash in at Hell in the Cell? Or are they just going to give him another title shot? Like, that's the thing that doesn't make sense in this whole storyline booking scenario. Is, okay, Braun Strowman is Mr. Money in the Bank still, right? He's still Mr. Money in the Bank, so he can cash in at any time he wants. He can cash in next week, okay? And Braun has made it known that he's going to see face-to-face, right? But the problem is now, what do you do for the next pay-per-view? Who does Roman defend the title against? Who does Roman defend the title against at the pay-per-view? Because Braun is already Mr. Money in the Bank, so he doesn't actually need, an assigned title match, because he already has the Money in the Bank contract. So where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can either have him announced. You can either see. I don't know where they're going with that now, because you can either do it a couple different ways. You can either have Braun announce that he's going to cash in against Roman for the Universal title at Hell in the Cell in a Hell in the Cell match. In a Hell in the Cell match, or for the main event, for the title, so the Shield, so Dean and Seth can't get involved. But then again, they're going to probably try to get involved, because they're the Shield. Or you can have him come out again next week on Raw and try to cash in and then beat down the Shield beforehand. Like I could see like Braun slowly starting to try to take out the Shield. Like take out Dean first, then take out Seth, and then cash in on Roman. Brock should. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if Brock's under contract anymore. He was supposed to appear tonight on Raw, according to what I heard, is that he had one appearance left, and that was after the night after SummerSlam. I mean, yeah, that's possible. That's possible. It might do that. Like, I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know where they're going to go with this whole storyline in terms of where they're going next month with it and forward. Because I feel like this has to be longer than Hell in the Cell. I feel like this has to be stretched out longer. This has to be stretched out longer for Braun and Braun versus the Shield. Braun versus the Shield. It has to be stretched out longer. But he's also Mr. Money in the Bank, so I don't know where you go. Because he doesn't necessarily need a title shot because he already has one with his Money in the Bank contract, guaranteed. So, I don't know what they're doing exactly. Someone mentioned Brock. They did use Paul Heyman on the show. They didn't show Brock, so Brock wasn't there. Because Brock's only used. He's only used when they're gonna actually use him. Like he's only gonna be there if they're gonna actually use him. So Brock was not at the arena that night or tonight. Yeah, but we don't. But that wouldn't make sense because Braun wants to cash it in. He wants to cash it in. That is clear based on the way they're presenting his character. He wants to cash in. So, what do you do? Who does Roman Reigns face at Hell in the Cell if it's not Braun? It could be Brock. It could be Bobby Lashley. I mean, Bobby Lashley should have been in the title match to begin with. Could be Bobby Lashley. There's a lot of ways you could go about it. But the way I see this going is you have something you at the Braun. You gotta have Braun be doing something because there's no way Braun is just gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? Braun's character, there's no way next week he's just gonna admit defeat. There's no way he's just going to roll over on that. He's gonna be mad next week. He's gonna be going after those guys next week. We know that. We know that for sure. So there's a lot of weird things going on now. There's just there's a lot of weird things and a lot of open for discussion. So we don't know where they're going to go with it. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I'm really hoping that Braun doesn't get fucked over again because of this stupid crap. Excuse my French. But that's how I kind of feel right now about this whole shit. I want to see goddamn Braun Strowman be Universal Champion. And he still has not been Universal Champion. The guy should have been Universal Champion at this year's WrestleMania, but of course WWE had to go with their golden boy when it should have been Braun that should have been in that match. So, yeah, again, we will see what happens. But right now, I don't know. Comment, rate if you like this video. My videos, please subscribe. And who's gonna get these hands? The SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.